Hey everybody, we are back. Had a little bit of a breaky break. Totally enjoyed that. Thank you very much for sticking with us. We are at episode 58, and today we are doing mac and cheese pancakes.
Yay!
I know, right? Sounds a little weird, and comes from a guy that's even weirder.
Kenny Shopson.
Kenny Shopson from New York. Quite the character. He has recently passed away a couple years ago. He had a grocery in New York in the 70s, little corner store, what we would call a bodega now. Very classic little tiny neighborhood market. He started doing deli sandwiches, and then he started having a family and raising his kids in the shop in kind of a weird way. There's pictures in the book. I was kind of raised that same way in my dad's pharmacy, so I can totally relate. And totally jealous of his firstborn that climbed into the beer cooler and just kind of pressed his cheek against the glass to stay cool. Like, right on, Charlie. You knew what you were doing. Kenny was really a fixture in New York, and so was his restaurant. And he could kick you out of it forever. And he had a to turn the grocery store into a deli, and then did sandwiches, and then became a full-on restaurant. And did a lot of crazy recipes.
100. He had over 100 items on his menu.
Yes, and the full menu that's in the book has about 1,000 different things on there that he would pick things that would be available at any one time. Crazy huge menu for such a tiny place. And there's a documentary that you can
linked
watch
on our Facebook page to the documentary.
Yep. It's called I Like Killing Flies.
Which, once you watch the documentary, he has an amazing philosophical insight.
Yes.
That has to do with humanity and the state of the world, all through I Like Killing Flies.
Yeah.
As well as a million other things. Kenny was amazing, but don't ever take a party of 5 to his restaurant, because he'll kill you.
No quintets. No quintets.
So,
yeah.
The favorite thing off his menu is what you're making today.
Yes, and I put these on the Father's Day menu at the Ipsy Ale House when I was the chef there, and I kept it on for several weeks because people really liked it. It's the first thing I tried to make out of his book, and I've made it ever since. It's kind of wild. It's that great breakfast for dinner with a twist. It's kind of like my version of chicken and waffles, but it's mac and cheese pancakes. What's not to love about that? And to make it easy, I use, in my own household, a pancake mix. I've already mixed the batter. It's just the dry mix plus water. And it's these guys right here. Make super light and fluffy pancakes. You can get it at a lot of shops. I don't make this pancake batter from scratch because why bother? Why make it tough on yourself? It's breakfast time, or it's breakfast for dinner. Go easy.
And let's just be real. If you're making mac and cheese pancakes, like, make it from a mix.
Yeah, come on. Like, who are we trying to impress out there? You know, everyone wants to light fluffy. So I made the batter a little runnier than sometimes I usually make it.
And how did you do that? You just added a little bit more liquid?
A tiny bit more water. It's just the dry mix and water. That's all that's in here. I already made the macaroni noodles. Those just came out. They're hot and steamy.
And it could be any macaroni noodles that you have.
Any noodles you want. And then cheddar cheese. That's the mac and cheese part. We're not doing the whole cheesy base and everything. It's the noodles and the cheese. I'll show you how it's assembled, and then what kind of syrup we're putting on top. I do this on a flat griddle so that I don't have a pan with a low side, so that I have to get in to try to flip a pancake. The easy entry on the sides and a big pancake flipper is key. You also want your spatula to be totally clean of batter. That will give you a nice, quick, clean flip. I'll show you how we're going to do that. Anyway, I always just start off.
Oh, so you don't combine them first. You combine them after.
No.
Which is interesting, because I watched on the documentary, and he literally, I think the reason he can have 100 things on his menu is everything starts from a base, right?
Everything starts from what?
A base.
Yeah.
So he's got a pancake base, and then he adds
There's
about 42
varieties.
different kinds of pancakes. Yeah.
So then, I'm going to loosen up our noodles. I'm already starting to get air bubbles, so the pancake batter is telling me that it's getting pretty close, ready to flip. We're going to sprinkle some noodles in on there. Boop. And then the cheese.
Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy.
Yeah, this is the vegetarian version of chicken and waffle. This way.
And what kind of sauce are you making for it?
It is a maple hot sauce.
Okay.
Maple syrup with hot sauce in it. So when you see the air bubbles, you want to take your spatula, give it a little nudge. Is it ready? Totally tell me it's ready. Though that dragged a little bit. Quick under, whole time. One push, one flip.
All right.
Now, do I have a clean edge? Nope. Gotta wipe that off before you do this one.
Or else you will be sad.
Yeah. You will not have a clean flip. There. Easy peasy. Scooty tooty. Quick under. Leave it alone. Don't pat them. You'll knock out the air bubbles. Mama gonna knock you out. Gonna let this kind of bakey bake. Get a plate. Got a plate. Yes, Kenny was amazing. You gotta watch the documentary. It's on YouTube for free. I like killing flies. I've watched it several times. Sometimes I just need a little Kenny. Sometimes it's like you have a snow day, I pull up Kenny shops in. I like killing flies.
It's definitely cursey and not particularly PC.
If you apologize to somebody for insulting their heritage, don't pat him on the head at the same time. Don't do that. He does it in the documentary. It's bad.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
But he's like, my New York was populated with Kennys. So I lived in Brooklyn, I lived in the Bronx, I lived in Queens, but I lived most of my time there on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, where Jerry Seinfeld has a great line about the Upper West Side of Manhattan. He says, you will never see a truly good-looking person on the Upper West Side of Manhattan.
That's true. It's true. It's totally true.
And I think that was true of like where Kenny was on the Lower East Side too. Like you'll never see a truly good-looking person, at least back in the day.
At least when he was there.
Yeah.
No.
So it's like kind of like these were my intellectual dock worker maniacs. And he is fighty and he's pissy, but he also has like a really sweet side too. Like
Totally sweet.
He knows when to apologize.
Every time he says, I really like kids, it blows my mind. I'm just like, really?
And then we'll turn around and be like, shut the fuck up, Billy.
Yeah. Yeah, that part just blows my mind every time. And when he knew he wanted to marry Eve, that is the best story ever. He was in a McDonald's with her in the middle of the night, because it was a 24-hour McDonald's, and McDonald's
got held up.
3 guys with shotguns came in and told everybody to freeze and sit on the one side of the restaurant while they were getting all the money and collecting all the bags or whatever. And Eve gets up and goes over to where the condiments are. And she's like, what? I need ketchup for my fries. And he was like, oh my God, I'm going to marry that woman.
So in the middle of a holdup in Manhattan, she goes to get ketchup for her fries.
I love those standards.
Yeah, those were people that I knew in Manhattan. Kenny, I wasn't a regular because I lived so far away. I lived miles away from
She
him.
would have gotten kicked out eventually anyway.
Well, you take it as a badge of courage for getting kicked out. But I was enough of a, pie-eyed kind of, scaredy cat that I did get a little nervous when I was going in there. It's like, don't make trouble. Kenny's going to kick you out.
Yep.
All right. There they are.
Voila! Look
I'm
at
gonna get close on that because
that is some
super
golden,
awesome.
melty, cheesy goodness. Look at that crispy
right.
edge.
all right.
Oh, this smells amazing.
This is my plate.
Boom!
I don't know what these guys are gonna eat, but this is my plate.
All right, we're doing it again.
All right.
Round 2.
Okay, so we'll come back, and should we show them the sauce when we come back?
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back.
Okay, we're back. We're just gonna pull these off and get them on the plate, and then sauce them up.
And so tell me what's in the sauce.
Okay, so it's just real maple syrup. I got right here, and as many shots of the hot sauce as you desire to make it like a nice sweet spicy. Like,
And I just had one of them, and it was like really good.
yeah. I love me some good Cholula sauce, and it threw
And I told
several heavy
Duke that we
dashes.
were going to take the 2 things off the griddle and then put the sauce on them, and then I was going to eat it all.
True story.
So yeah, I can't tell you. This was a 5-minute endeavor. Like the
Super
only thing
easy
that
dinner.
took a long time was cooking the macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. That
Or the
was-
macaronis.
Yeah.
Not the macaroni and cheese.
Literally is what took the longest. Kids love it.
I would totally eat this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
All right. Get those little burnt cheesy bits in there. Remember, clean edge to flip your pancakes.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Look at that crust. Boom.
That is serious. That is serious.
Voila.
I can't even tell you guys how good this is. Like, make this now. All right. Say goodbye, Gracie, because I'm going to be alone with these pancakes.
Peace out. See you tomorrow.